Welcome to Nicaragua by Holly Regal. A group of Spanish people from Spain settled in Nicaragua in the 1520s. Nicaragua gained its independence in 1821. Benzo, a mix of American Indian and white, black, and American Indian, live here. Spanish is official, but there's also Mosquito and other languages. Roman Catholic is the main religion, but there's also Protestant, Evangelical, Moravian, Jovan, and Witness. Population is 5,727,707 people. Population growth rate is 1.667. The rate of birth is 19.12, and the life expectancy is 72.18 years. 97.5 people who can read. And that is Nicaragua of its history and people. Thank you. Bye. Nicaragua is surrounded by Honduras and Costa Rica. Pacific Ocean is on its left, while the Caribbean Sea is on its right. Its capital is Baguada. What is its landform is Isabel Mountain, Volcano Road, and Lake Baguada. Its type of government is Republican, and the president is Jose Daniel Ortega Savage. It's one of the poorest countries in South America and Central America, and the second poorest in the hemisphere, and it has a widespread employment and poverty. The imports are coffee, shrimp, beef, lobster, tobacco, gold, cigars, peanuts, automobile wiring harnesses, try to say that 10 times, textiles, apparel like shirts, pants, socks, and its imports are soybeans, wheat, soybean meal, rice, coarse grain, soybean oil, food, fuel, industrial supplies, and machinery transportation, and that's the imports and exports. But if you're wondering about what people in Nicaragua do for work, or what are the schools like there compared to ours, here are some tips on people in sports segment. Men work in fields and factories while women carry out domestic chores. Children in rural communities help out with farming and often miss schools during harvest seasons. Most workers of the urban lower class are self-employed and unsalaried workers in small business ventures. Workers in these informal sectors include tinsmiths, seamstresses, bakers, carpenters, peddlers. In a family where a male works in the sectors, the wife might take in laundry or sell food in the streets to supplement the family's income. Now you're wondering, are the teachers really unpaid here? Well, let's find out. Teachers are very, very unpaid in Nicaragua, but that's not to say other occupations are very well paid, and there is some mysterious cases why teachers are not. Almost everyone down there don't have very much money to come by. Now, Nicaragua exists of private and public schools, and they're very expensive. And most of the time, you pay in actual dollars. That's the yikes. Public schools have very bad conditions, and for that reason, sometimes it's difficult to teach. Because the salary generally is bad, the teachers must have another way to earn money. Some of them have 3 jobs. To study to be a teacher is not so popular in this country because the payment is very low, and even if a person would like to be a teacher, he or she must think about his or her future in the country. In addition, there are not so many teachers from university working in the schools. This means almost 70 or 80% of people teaching in the school don't have any diplomas from the university. So that means, kids, be lucky you have school. But I say, this is not another reason to come down to Nicaragua. Nicaragua is a beautiful place. You will get to meet some local people there, so it's not all bad. I hope you find Nicaragua pleasing. Baseball is a national sport in Nicaragua. Baseball to Nicaragua is like soccer to Brazil. Children playing baseball with sticks and rolled up ball is a common scene in Nicaragua, and a baseball ground is a common feature in most communities. Peguara, the capital city, houses the largest baseball stadium in Nicaragua. Chicken nacatalis is the main dish in Nicaragua. Bianca Jagger is probably one of the best known famous Nicaraguans, as she is the ex-wife of Mick Jagger from Rolling Stones. Her full name at birth was, and get this, Bianca Perez Bordimarcasa. During the 1990s, she became known as an activist for social and environment issues. Bianca Jagger is often a spokesperson. Ruben de Janeiro is a famous Nicaraguan poet. For known his extensive influence he had on Latin American poetry. He was born January 8th. In 1867. He appeared before President Jaco Cava in the year 1882. He also had a collection of short story poetry called Azul. Nora Astro, a guerrilla fighter, lawyer, politician, judge, and Nicaraguan ambassador. Drawn by the Rainier Warmia, colonial-era architect in the freshwater lakes of Nicaragua, travelers around the world are flocking to Granada. Income tourists will love visiting the Dora volcano, sailing on the lake, and ziplining through the trees. Phantom spa treatments and shopping will find plenty to do too. And that is Granada. It's beautiful, isn't it? Rio San Juan, there are not many places like this left in the world, and rich men have been plotting to brew this lake, deepen it, strain it into something more suitable for volcano whims, and for almost 500 years. The thundering volcanoes of the River Rapper may thwart them forever, but it's a beautiful place to be. I would expect you to probably a place be like this, pack a few jeans just in case the mosquitoes show up. Yeah. But other than that, it looks amazing. You should finish. As with Bilwi and Rana, the South Atlantic Industrial Region has no official capital, but Bluefield is the largest city, the seat of both regional and indigenous government. And until El Rama International gets up and ready, Nicaragua's principal Caribbean coast, Bluefields, is no beauty. The town-prim Victorian charm was blown away in 1988 by monster Category 5 Hurricane Juan, but it's a beautiful place to visit, or used to be. Isla de Imhotep is exquisite. 2 volcano peaks rising from the hazy blue expanse of Kokobo, the sweet sea. It's spectacular, yes, but it's protected from so many world follies, including a lot of tourist fractures by a cool, clean boat. It's mostly surfing worth roughing it a bit to see a primary versus trade-off with organic farms in the folds of volcanoes' fertile skirts. Seaweed with hollow monkeys and parrots, and hiding wealth of archaeologists' treasures. Once a haven for British buccaneer, big and little coral island are now low-key vacation spots on an isolated corner of the Caribbean. The 2 Isla de Mazarbe waves magically associate with the Caribbean clear turquoise water, white sandy beaches, fringed with coconut palms, excellent fishing, phenomenal coral reefs, and explore the unhurled peace as yet cluttered with Cay-style resort. Little quarters particularly live up to exclusive image, so it's a great place to be if you love the Caribbean. Resources!